An Ontario winery is saying thank you to healthcare workers with a new wine label. Megalomaniac Wines is showing their appreciation with a special red and white wine, and so can you. I recently spoke to Erin Mitchell, Vice President of Marketing at Megalomaniac Wines, about this initiative.
These new Much Obliged wines are a thank you to healthcare workers for their service during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Healthcare workers are the superheroes of this pandemic. And of course, as a winery, it's one of the few things you can do to say thank you, and kind of a natural one to make a wine that honors them.
An appropriate gesture for a winery known for its playful and eye-catching wine labels.
We wanted to say thank you, I guess, in true megalomaniac fashion.
And the Vineland winery has made personal deliveries this week of these wines to 30 hospitals and care homes in the province.
We have picked the facilities and hospitals we're visiting randomly based on research we did on the places that have been hardest hit by COVID. So there are two of us delivering. It's myself and John Howard, who is the proprietor of the winery, who also happens to be my dad.
They came up with the idea a few weeks ago, and it's been a real team effort to pull it off.
Our label designer from Vancouver provided the design pro bono with direction from us. Then our label printer provided the labels at cost and turned the printing around in 24 hours. We don't have our own labeling machine at the winery, and our neighbor winery, Ridgepoint Wines, right next door, Morrow, who is just the best neighbor anybody could ever have, agreed to let us use his labeling machine and was right there with our winemaker labeling these bottles last weekend. So that's been amazing too, is to see anytime you mention anything about this project, everybody is just putting up their hand, willing to help and do whatever they can to make it happen.
And what has the feedback been like when you show up to do these deliveries?
Well, they almost don't know what to do in a lot of the cases. I think they're very surprised. We've already received some beautiful emails and things that kind of tear you up a little.
The Much Obliged wines are available online for those who want to show their gratitude to the healthcare workers they know, with a portion of the proceeds donated to Food Banks Canada.
We thought, well, if we're going to produce it, let's also sell it to the public and see if we can raise some funds. And we felt Food Banks Canada was a fantastic recipient. The great thing about some of the dollars and proceeds going to Food Banks Canada is we think the impact of the initiative can hopefully live on even after the pandemic is over.
And the project will also have a lasting impact on the team at Megalomaniac.
One thing it's done for us, I think, is make us very thankful that we have very easy jobs. Everybody understands, how much gratitude this group of people really deserves.